want to take a look at a class list and object in this video, and I have a folder created already. I want to open that up. So if we open that up with our editor right here, all right, so that has been opened, and remember we're actually working with Python, so this is just class list and object in that of the Python. So I want to open up a new file right here. I create a new file. So when I right click on this, select new, I want to go to Python file and then create a new Python file right here. So this is going to be our first example. So let's call this example 1, and let's open that up, and that has been opened already. So what we want to do right here is to go ahead and then create our class first of all, and then after we create a class, we can go ahead and then create something like an object. All right, but before we do that, what is even a class? So when we talk about a class is a blueprint for creating objects. All right, and why that of the object is just an instance of a class, and we're going to experiment as we move along right here. So let's write some lines of code in here. First of all, I want to create a class, and let's say that the class is actually going to be called a car, and notice that I'm actually starting that with that of an uppercase letter right here. So that's one of the things that we need to do if we're actually creating the class. So if we throw in our colon right here, and then we'll get down here, of course I'm going to make use of an init function right here. So if I do def, and I'm going to just say underscore underscore, and I'm going to just do init and underscore underscore again. Then within this particular place, I'm going to reference to self right here. And what I want to do with this is this. So when I get down right here, I want to first of all create something like an attribute down here, and to do that we're going to make use of this self right here to do it. So I'm going to just do self, and this is going to be dot, and we're going to just bring in, first of all, talk about the brand of the car that we have just created. It's a class up here. All right, so I'm going to just set that to be equal to brand, and on the next line, what I want to do is to also reference to it's a model. So to do that, if we do self, we're going to do dot model, and we'll set that to be equal to model right there. All right, so with these two lines right here, we are basically trying to create an attribute right here, which this particular function here called init is actually going to need them. So in the first place, I'm going to need to bring in the brand right here. So I'm going to just do brand, introduce a comma, and then the last one is actually going to be the model right there. Okay, so that is just that on those lines. So the next thing I want to do right here is to go ahead and then create something like a method. All right, so I'm going to put a comment in here and just say create method. And to do that, what I want to do, I'm going to create a new function right here. And to create a function, we start that with def keyword, and I'm going to just say display underscore info, just because I want to display the information that we got up right there. And to do that, if we have this right here, we're going to just first of all pass in the self attribute or parameter in there, and this line is just basically the method that we want. So down here, let's just try to return. I'm going to just do f, and this is just for the word literal. So I'm going to just do f right there, and then within brackets we can go ahead and then print out the brand and then the model. So if you want to do that, we can just do self right here, and I'm going to just do dot brand, and that's just the first one. So if you want to print out the second one, you can also do that. So if I throw in my curly brackets right here, we just do self, and this is going to be dot brand. Okay, so this is going to be brand, and we have that two lines in there. And the next thing I basically want to do after we do that is to create an object. All right, so if we want to create an object right here, I want to do that down here. So to create an object, so let's put a comment in here, just say create an object obj right here. And to do that, I want to first of all let's create a variable right here that we're actually going to call my car, and I set that to be equal to, of course we want to reference to this particular class right here, and that's why we kind of said that it's just going to be an instance of a class, right? So I'm going to just reference to the car class up there. So I'm going to just do car and open this up, and we can actually go on and then list the cars that we want right here. All right, and to do that, maybe we're going to make use of something like Toyota. So this is going to be Toyota. That's the first one. And then the second one, maybe something like Corolla. And go ahead and put that in brackets, also call that Corolla. And let's make sure we use what are right here. And that is just that on that line. So the next thing I want to do is, if we want to print out the output, we can do that down here. Maybe we're going to just do something like print. And within the print right here, we can actually reference to, I'm going to just copy this because that's just basically what I want to print out. So to print that out, if I do car right here, and maybe I want to also display the information concerning that, we can just do a dot, and we can make use of the display info function that we got up there. So to do that, we'll just do display info, go ahead and then type that in there, and we go ahead, we'll save the changes right here, and we hit on run. You're going to notice that we do have the Toyota. Okay, we only have Toyota right here. What do we even have in this bracket? Okay, we do have the brand right here, followed by the model. Okay, I think that the reason why we're only a kind of a referencing or printing out only Toyota right here is just basically coming from this return statement right here. So the second one right here ought to be something like model. So if change that to model, and then we'll save the changes. If you run that again, you should be able to have Toyota Corolla right here. All right, so that's just basically what that is. So right here, this Toyota right here is just serving as the brand, but the model right here is just Corolla right here. So that's just basically what that is actually doing for us in this code. So you see how that is actually working. So if I am to explain this a little bit more, and we're starting with this init right here. So this init is just a constructor that it kind of initializes the object's attributes, right? So that is just what that is really. And then for the self that we have in here, and this is what this self is actually doing, is that it's represent the instance of the class. In our own case, is actually called a car right here. And then after that, we do have this particular function we created right here. This is just a method to return the car details, right? So we're using this right here to just return the car details. That's just basically what that is. That's the explanation. So with that, you've learned how to create something like a class in Python, and then also be able to create a method for it right here, just like we've done. So we've been able to create a method, and then after that, we created an object inside of that particular class that we got right there. All right. So and I hope you like this, and maybe we're gonna actually break this a little bit. And what I mean by that is that we're gonna take a look at something like constructors in the next video. So we're gonna just basically stop right here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye for now.